super excited. It's all about navigating your intuitive gifts to actually bring out your inner genius, your light, your purpose. But I also have what's called the balance of being. If you're kind of new to intuition, not so sure about it, whatever, I just want, I explored the basics, like basic resources we all have to actually just focus on the body aspects of the body, the embody aspects. And then I created, it's called the Energy Body Demystified. This one's actually just to open up your eyes into the world of intuition and just practices and rituals. And then to further the journey to gather just more insight, that's where Change Your Stars came in. And also, today I just want to gather for myself insight into being a reflector in human design. It's kind of curious. But today the gates are 31 was early this morning. And then to add to the energy, mountain time, that's the time I'm in. And then it switches to gate 33 around 7 a.m. this morning, which is a hanging gate for me. The morning gate was a hanging gate as well, which just means I have more energy in those gates to spice it up for myself. And then around 5 p.m. later on in the day, we move to gate 7 and kind of finish out the day, which actually creates a channel for me. So I'm excited to see what actually happens later in the day. But I want to explore the morning gate and the channels there, which is it's called the channel of the alpha. So if you have gate 7 in your natal design, this creates that channel for you as well. And our throat center is activated, along with the circuitry of the collective logical mind. So it kind of sounds or feels kind of mercurial to me. And right now Mercury is in Pisces at the degree of 12, which nets to a 3. So your logical mind will kind of connect with your spirit, and actually your beliefs will kind of tune in because 3 is your beliefs. And then you can actually bring Jupiter into the corridor, which is in Aquarius right now, moving very quickly to Pisces. So maybe you might see things that are more in the unseen world and your beliefs shift or change. It's kind of an interesting mercurial day here for sure. Plus we got the nodes, the north node and the south node are totally corridoring or coursing through Gemini, which is what we think about things in our mind. And then we also have in our beliefs in Sagittarius. So it's like creating new beliefs and actually listening to our intuition. But yeah, it's for sure a mercurial kind of feeling day, even though it's not a 5, which is Mercury. And I haven't really looked at everything, but because I'm focusing on the gates. But gate 31 is all about influence, and we all have the potential to provide just different guidance or instruction, which actually aligns inside of our beingness and also on the outside with others. So it's important to relate from our own independent vision of what reality is, which reality is Virgo. So in the early morning, we've been opening. So again, it sounds really like dreams. And we're going to kind of tune into the correct time to act, which actually feels more Martian or Mars. And then we start observing our impulse to influence others, or it's kind of a distinguishing phase. So it sounds or it feels kind of more mystical and magical to me. And then we move to the next level, which is realizing, how things go according to how open we are, along with purity. It reminds me of an essential oil, which I won't name the brand. That's hilarious. But so then we can create our own inner power and just realizing and recognizing where we stand in our own influencing and our ability to be influenced. So that's a polarity: who's influencing us, others, or inside of us, and where's the influence coming from. So, and then we're going to finish this gate with being clear in our own life and influencing others by living according to our own inner visionness. So this is all early in the morning, by the way. And then we switched to actually gate 33 around 7 a.m., which was totally curious for me because it's actually the gate we're in now. And as I record this, it's the gate of retreat. So I can see some retreating or withdrawal. It's privacy, it's secrets. So when I say withdrawing, it's on the physical, the mental, emotional, and even spiritual matters. So this is also part of Channel 13, which sounds kind of like a TV show, right? But if you have that gate in your chart, which I don't, and we didn't actually have any planets in this gate at the current moment either, but if you have 13 in your natal and the 33, which is actually right now, it creates like the prodigal channel, which kind of reminds me of the prodigal son, right? Kind of a theme. And our throat center is activated, and this creates a circuitry of sensing in the collective. So it's like, for me, it's the galactic corridor feeling. It feels like the collective is sensing similar feelings and whatnot, sensing into our intuitive side. So this gate is actually going to process more during the day than actually during the night. So I think it's great that it's activated right now in a sense. So, just out of curiosity, how was your early morning? Because this one totally related to my morning. To remain calm when there wasn't an advantage, like to become involved in the morning chaos, because I did have like a stupid, not worth my time kind of thing happen, which was curious, especially because when I started paying attention to the gate. So it just manifested differently. So later, then we move into a steady belief that actually everything's going to work out as it's supposed to. And that actually is what happened next for me, at least also later. So, and then further, it's going to, we're going to experience more of an uplifting sense of instant recovery. So, of course, when we retreat, this is what's going to happen. It's just putting aside all of our fears and anxieties. And this is when, when you do that, you realize there's a lot of advantages in the retreating or even the disengaging part. And as we move up this hexagram, we start to detach, and even we have the possibility to access past lives, which also is super curious because this gate for me is a hanging gate. So I think I intuitively am able to access past lives anyway. And it might be because of this gate. I really haven't tuned into that much. So I'm just watching life on a variety of levels. And I want to say, like, our inner stillness gets a craving for having external calmness. So I actually would highly recommend staying away from the news. Like, I just feel like there's so much stuff under a rug or coming out of a rug, and watching everything from this virtual highway in a different reality. That's kind of what it looks like. But you're either going to be clear in your needs for privacy, or you might lose your posture in a way. So being too overly helpful, maybe you're just being self-protective, and just knowing that you have independence and also you have clarity to literally disengage. So later in the day, we are going to finish with moving on from moment to moment, from scene to scene, or the next scene, just letting go, which actually sounds super amazing, right? And just being ready to explore all of life's new experiences. And I'm going to actually reflect on this gate again in next month, because I'm going through the moon. And right now the moon is in Leo, where our heart might feel emotional or acting on our emotions. And I only say that because it's at a 9-degree Leo in the moon. So you have to protect that's the 0, protect your actions through your emotional field. So maybe you act out, because Leo can also be rage, and it also can be love. It's also the drama. It can create drama, especially for people who don't like drama. So later in the day, we are moving into gate 7, which moves us to the self center, which is actually similar to our ego. Where I am is who I am. It's the channel of the alpha, and it creates also a logic collective gate. So this would connect if you have gate 31 natally. It's the first gate that I actually talked about with this gate 7. Early morning of the day, it creates uniformity, just finding kind of common intentions and just moving forward in life through, establishing a common ground or a common phenomenon or something that's common. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And just, staying true to your own interests that are actually shared with other people and promoting those aspects, it's the commonness. So when we start off with the first line in this hexagram, it's more of being disciplined or being a good coordinator with integrity, really. If you know me, integrity is huge. It's one of my go-to virtues. So then from there, you get related from literally implementing what we do naturally and authentically. And then what's curious is we move to line 3 in this gate where we find order in the chaos. So that kind of sounds like creating soup, right? Which is through playing with, all the roles that we play in life. And again, it kind of feels mercurial to me, like Mercury. So then again, we have a time to disengage, finding, or I should say, knowing through leadership where this highest integrity actually is, because you're just going to have like a knowing when, and also how to kind of withdraw from the experience in a way. And then you can start literally directing with your own inner confidence and your own ability to give others guidance and instruction within their needs of the current moment and their reality. That's kind of how this feels to me. It's like clear communication with words and the verbal, right? So that's also verbal communication. It's the throat, but we're talking about the self. So these all play out in a fabulous kind of way when you kind of tune into them. And just knowing that words are actually essential, but also feelings, right? Tune into your feeling state of awareness. And we also later in the day, like late, we enter a phase of remaining flexible in just our resources, or become willing or unwilling, I should say, to lose personal control of our beingness. So if you ever communicate responsibly, like to blame, you're going to kind of upset the common thread, which those are thread lines to me. Or you communicate in ways that everybody feels included, which is totally, community, and more importantly, appreciated. So like all things, it's duality, perspective, or a polarity. So yeah, so that brings me, for those of you that are part of my Musing Corridor, my venue for healing and Musing with Tonya D, I'm actually hopefully set up to do a Cowry Shell Divination. I have it all ready for the day. I'm just hoping I can get my phone to connect as well as my computer as I kind of go through the shelves. But I'm also going to be doing a BlockBuster series, which I'm excited about, on Sundays, because I finished Change Your Stars. And so this BlockBuster, I'm going to be sending out a questionnaire where I'll be, you'll either get an email, see it floating around social media and whatnot, or maybe you're part of my Musing Corridor venue for healing, or What's Up Tonya D, whatever that is. And I'm going to be answering questions through intuitive guidance, cowrie shells, whatever floats in. Hi, Victoria. So I'm super excited to be offering that. So yeah, if you're part of my venue for healing, jump on there, because I'm going to be doing a Cowry Shell Divination live. And like I said, hopefully my camera will work, because I kind of have this set up. And it's my first time exploring this. So Inshalla Ashe. I hope that was informative. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.